vacant seat next to you, would you raise your hand so people know there are a lot of people in the back? If you'd like them to sit, find one of these people with their hands raised. They have a vacant seat next to them. Don't be afraid to sit on the front row. Thank you. And again, if those in the back wish to have a seat, there are a few seats here and there, and in my church ushers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome as I call to order the February 2024 meeting of the Escambia County School Board. Whether you're joining us here, and we are so excited to see so many people, or via our live stream, we appreciate your interest in the education of the students of Escambia County. The mission of Escambia County Public Schools is to provide equal access to quality public education that embraces the uniqueness and potential of each student. We're all in. I ask that you silence your cell phones at this time. I'll give you a second. Look at your phone. Make sure it's still on silent. I want to remind you that if you wish to speak to either an agenda item or at the public hearing for policy changes, or tonight we're going to be approving the adoption of some social studies material, instructional material, you must complete a speaker request form found on the table at the rear of the room and bring it forward to Ms. Harris here. As I said, tonight we will have a public hearing for the adoption of the 2023-2024 social studies instructional materials. This is item 7A through 0 on the agenda. We will conduct a hearing on all items at one time, not one on A, not one on B, C, but all A through O. If you wish to speak about any item, A through O, you need to complete a form beforehand and turn it into Ms. Harris. And I will remind people of that at the time we get there. But again, we're going to do the public hearing on all items at one time. It is the practice of this board to pull items from the consent agenda when someone asks to speak to them. The consent agenda items include curriculum instruction, finance, human resources, and operations. On the form, be sure to indicate whether your intention is to speak at public forum or to a specific item on tonight's agenda. You must submit your speaker form prior to the adoption of the agenda. I want to also take this time, I have a few forms here for people to speak on the Carol McIntosh Education Initiative, and I have been reminded that that is a ministerial function of the board, and we do not allow speakers, but I have spoken with those who have put that, and they're going to come up at the time we adopt the proclamation, and we'll have a time to say thank you at that point. Okay. It is the tradition of the Escambia County School Board to begin our meeting with an invocation or a motivational moment, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States. This month, Mr. Adams, District 1, will lead us. Mr. Adams.
Chair, I'd like to invite Craig Heinzman, Community Pastor for Marcus Baptist Church, for the invitation, and please stand for the pledge too. Thank you.
Let's pray. Dear Lord Jesus, as we convene this school board meeting, we humbly ask for your presence to be among us. Grant this board the wisdom to discern what is best for our over 37,000 students, teachers, and staff. Guide their discussions with your love so that we might find solutions that promote learning, growth, and well-being within this educational community. We especially pray for our new superintendent, Keith Leonard. Guide him with your wisdom and allow him to make wise choices that benefit not only our children and educators, but all those who are affected by this education system. Grant this board the patience to listen attentively, the empathy to understand the differing perspectives, and the courage to make decisions that answer the needs for all. Bless each member of this board with strength and compassion as we work together towards the common goals of making Pensacola the best place to educate a child. May their actions be rooted today in love and respect, and we entrust their intentions and endeavors to your loving care, knowing that with your guidance we can achieve great things. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Thank you. At this time, we move to the adoption of the agenda. If you have not turned in your speaker form, now is the time to get it turned in. Mr. Superintendent, are there any additions or deletions to your recommended agenda?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Hightower. Under section 27, consent human resources risk management, item B has been added. Under section 41, items from the superintendent, student discipline, item C is deleted, with item D being an add.
Thank you. State statutes and school board rules require that the changes made to the agenda after publication be based on a finding of good cause determined by the person designated to preside over the meeting as stated in the record. Do I have are there any objections from any members of this board to moving forward with the additions and the amended agenda? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adopt the
Madam Chairman, I'd like to move the adoption of the amended agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Slayton.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Fetzko. Is there any additional discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Approved 5-0.
Moving on to our committee and departmental reports. Our first presentation is from the PT. I think I saw Ms. Harrison is here, the president of the Escambia County Council of PTAs, PTSA. Welcome.
Good evening. We recently held our Founders Day event this past Friday, which many of you were in attendance. We had 14 local schools represented, several of our teachers of the year, and 9 of our past presidents, along with various community partners, sponsors, district, and school board members. Some upcoming events to mark your calendars. We have partnered with Cox Communications to combine resources and forces to put on our Student of the Year / Cox Heroes event. It will be held May 6th at the EWF Conference Center. We have several other businesses that are doing lunch and learns as well, including Splash City will be doing another one March 2nd. We will also be a vendor at the Ready Kids event on March 2nd, as well as the Podcast Palooza the same day. Our team will also be at the Studer Ballpark Bash on March 24th. We are also working with the Homeless Resource Department to put on an end of the year event that will be a rubber ducky race at the Lazy River. More to come, but that will be on May 18th. And we are still working on our nominating committee for our board of directors for next year. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for a lovely event last Friday.
You're very welcome.
Moving on, I think that was our only committee report. Moving on to our special recognitions, Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, ma'am. Escambia County Public Schools Office of Community Involvement is proud to recognize Mr. Albert Lewis as the Stellar Employee for the month of February 2024. Mr. Lewis, please come forward with your coworkers, families, and friends. Official position of custodian at C.A. Wise Elementary. However, he has become much more than that to all the employees at the school. In addition to completing his custodial responsibilities diligently and efficiently, Mr. Lewis demonstrates genuine care for both students and staff. He has been a valued member of the school district since 2018, and throughout his time there, he has consistently shown dedication to his job and has become a role model for the students at C.A. Weiss Elementary. His dependability, efficiency, and punctuality are commendable qualities. Colleagues admire him as a great co-worker and a compassionate individual who takes pleasure in uplifting others. Whenever a staff member requests assistance, Mr. Lewis is always willing to drop what he is doing and lend a helping hand. His willingness to help is accompanied by a pleasant demeanor and positive attitude, which contribute to the school's welcoming environment. Mr. Lewis actively seeks opportunities to build connections not only with the staff, but also with the students, Every morning, he greets the students, boosting their confidence to face the day ahead. When a student visits the library to claim rewards for achieving their reading goal, Mr. Lewis offers heartfelt congratulations and works alongside the librarian to make a grand celebration out of the accomplishment. Students beam with pride upon receiving his enthusiastic praise. Mr. Lewis continuously encourages them to excel academically and maintain a love for reading. Each day you can find Mr. Lewis in the cafeteria, not only ensuring cleanliness, but also engaging in conversations with the students. He reminds them to sit safely and finish their meals, emphasizing the importance of growing healthy and strong. Furthermore, he encourages them to make good choices and behave responsibly both inside and outside of school. A third grade teacher at Weiss remarked that Mr. Lewis often takes a few minutes to sit and converse with her boys during lunchtime. He serves as a strong, intelligent, and kind role model, a presence that many students may lack in their lives. Mr. Lewis speaks to the children with kindness and respect, and in return, they hold him in high regard. Another teacher praised him, saying, he goes above and beyond to ensure that students who arrive late still have the opportunity to have breakfast, asking if they have eaten and guiding them straight to the cafeteria serving line. During a recent discussion on career aspirations, he took the time to speak with students about their goals for adulthood. When one boy expressed a desire to become a football player, Mr. Albert encouraged him, but also encouraged him to consider alternate plans. He emphasized the importance of education, asserting that it is the foundation for achieving all dreams. Albert Lewis is stellar because of his excellent work ethic and dedication to staff and students throughout the Escambia County School District. He contributes to the healthy culture that supports high-performing teachers, leaders, and staff. It is for these reasons and so many others that he has been selected as our Stellar Employee of the Month for February 2024. He will receive a plaque, a pen, and a check for $100 from Members First Credit Union. Congratulations, Mr. Lewis.
Well, I want to thank the board and everyone, the staff. If it weren't for you guys, you know, my principal, she the best. He's the best. I mean, they're the best. All I want to say, thank you, thank you. I wish I could say more, but thank you.
Superintendent, I believe we're in for a treat. Give
Yes,
us
ma'am.
a minute to kind of put things back together here.
In a few minutes, we're getting ready to hear from Olivia Graham. There were many wonderful performances for the History Fair at the MD Cook this year. In honor of Black History Month, we would like to highlight a short piece of one of the performances from MD Cook student who I had the opportunity to meet right before this event, Miss Olivia Graham. I present to you Olivia Graham. All right.
Good evening. My name is Olivia Graham, and the title of my performance is Marie Van Brittan Brown, Turning Points in History. Marie Van Brittan Brown was an African-American nurse born in 1922 who lived in Jamaica, Queens, New York. In 1966, there were a lot of crimes happening in Marie's neighborhood, and this scared her. At the age of 33, she and her husband, Albert, an electrician, invented the first home security system. Marie died at the age of 72 In 1999, February 22nd, Queens, New York. My friend told me her parents installed a ring security system, and she said that she knows the first person to make a security system. She said it was an African-American lady named Marie. She said that Marie lived in a high-crime neighborhood with lots of robberies happening every day. I know that's a lot, but Marie saved the day. She invented the home security system. Well, now there are more doorbells. Well, now they're called doorbells. My friend's house has a phone connection and they can turn off an alarm. Well, now there are more doorbells or systems in the world because people have invented more of their own.
He has more.
Should have known.
See?
For the first African American refugee. Go back to, well, now there are more doormen. I know that's a lot for Marie. I know that's a lot for Marie said.
I know that's a lot, but Marie saved the day. She invented the home security system.
That's what they call it.
That's what they called it way back. But now there are more. But now they're called doorbells. My friend's house has a phone connection, and they can turn off an alarm.
Well, now.
Well, now there are more doorbells or systems in the world because people have invented more of their own. But the first and only first African American ever to make a security system is Marie Van Britton Brown with her husband Albert Brown. They are the first and only first people to make a security system. Scene 2. Scene 2. Wow, another robbery in the neighborhood. With all the crimes happening here, I don't know what to do to help with this problem. What can I do? Oh, I know. I can make a camera so people can see who is at their door. Hello? Oh, hi, Albert. What do you need? Oh, yes. I know about the crimes in the neighborhood. I just figured out a way to help the neighborhood. I think what will help the neighborhood is a camera so people can see who is at their door. Oh, will you help me with will you help me build my security system? I can tell you what I want it to look like. I want it to have a camera. I want it to have a connection to the TV, so when the doorbell rings, the system will show who is at the door and make a sound so the person can know when to look at it and when not to. And on the outside, I want it to have a string on the back so the person can hang it wherever they want it to hang. And in the front, I want there to be a camera in the middle, and for decoration, I want it to have a gold rim. You will help? Thank you. But here's what I need you to do. I need you to connect the system to the camera. Okay, bye. Scene 3. Marie and Albert built the system and they needed to get a patent in New York. They went to the patent building where they signed their names. Marie's name was first and Albert's name was second. Now that that is done, we can hand sell our items. Wow, this is a big place. I've never seen a place this big in New York. Hello, I would like to sign a patent for my security system, and my husband is going to sign it too. Scene 4. Now that that is done, we can hand sell our items. Albert, the police told me that there are less crimes in the neighborhood. We really need to get more people with my invention. We need people all over the world to have the system. And I'll give some to the nurses at work, and you give some to the guys at the electrician center. Have you ladies heard of my invention, and do you want to try it out? Here you go. Today was a long day, and I sold all the systems I had in the box. And I'm so happy that the ladies at work are not scared anymore, and I'm not scared anymore either. And I'm so happy that the ladies at work, now I can walk outside day and night without feeling scared of my surroundings or the things around me. Scene 5. Marie got an award from the National Science Committee for inventing the home security system. No one knows how Marie died, but her invention spread all over the world. And over the years, people started to make it better. They had a phone connection and different sounds. They fixed it all up. And now there are more doorbells or systems in the world because people have invented more of their own. But a woman alone could set off an alarm immediately by pressing a button, or if the system were installed in the doctor's office, it might prevent old or expired drug addicts. This is a description of what Marie said for her invention in New York Times. Marie's invention is a turning point in history because it makes us feel safer with it. Thank you.
While Olivia is greeting our board, I would like for Ms. Odom, the classroom teacher, all the parents to please stand up. Olivia's parents.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Scandia County Public Schools.
That's right.
Do you have any other comments? I spoke to her ahead of time, and I just so appreciative that we every year have been able to bring someone here to help us celebrate Black History Month. Any other comments?
No, just quick, this outstanding job, and she comes from good stock. I know the family very well, so really proud of her, and that was an incredible presentation. It was a good one.
I think the next item is Mr. Williams.
That's a hard act to follow, but I'll try. I'm so thankful to our community and our system, and to Superintendent Lennon and his staff for allowing me to do this second year that we've been able to do this. With Kelly Crosstad and Malia Adams and the HR department, who have been really, really helpful with the research. So in honor of Black History Month, the superintendent has agreed to allow me to recognize a few pioneers in the Escambia County school system by awarding them with the Dr. Vernon McDaniels Award. Some of you might not know, but Dr. Vernon McDaniel was the first African-American school board member in 1975. So able to honor a few last year, and we're going to do a few more this year, and as long as I'm on the board, I hope we can do it every year. Black History Month, as all of us know, is in the month of February, but it started by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Dr. Carter G. Woodson was born to freed slaves, and he worked in the coal mines of Kentucky, entered high school at the age of 20, and then graduated in 2 years and went to Harvard, where he received his PhD. He's known for several of his writings. He started writing in 1916, the Journal of Negro History. Then in 1926, he started the Negro Week history. It wasn't until 1976, under the leadership of President Gerald Ford, that the United States adopted a whole month of Black history. Dr. Woodson chose the month of February because there were two people in his life that influenced him so much that he wanted to honor them, and that was Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. So in that spirit of honoring accomplishments, I wanted to recognize a few people, three of them tonight. Two of them are no longer with us, but they have family members here that will be representing them as well. The first gentleman, all of us know, he retired a few years ago, and He's been such a great asset to our county. I've known him for a very long time. He has a great history in this county. He played baseball at Pensacola High School, was one of the first African Americans to play baseball at Pensacola High School. And then he became the first plumber to work in the maintenance department and held that position for many, many years until he retired. He originally was hired in 1982, retired in 2016, and I saw him tonight and I told him he probably can give us 30 more years because he looks good. And that's none other than Mr. Henry Harrison. Come up here first.
Thank you for everything, sir. Yes, sir. It's great to see you.
I agree, you can give us 30 more years. Thank you so
I'll
much.
be 70 next year. Congratulations. Yes, sir. How you doing? Paul, great to see you. Thank you.
We've got the photo back.
I'd like to say thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank the Civil Service Board for this honor. It's quite an honor. And I hope that what I did for the 43 years actually, but they can only find 34. When I first started, I was unloading boxcars at L&N. That's how we were shipping out supplies and custodian supplies and food to the school. And that was quite a long time ago. But God is good to have me here to accept this award. Only thing I can say I regret, I won't get a chance to work for Mr. Leonard, who was a great leader when we played ball, so I'm sure you're going to be a great leader in education. Can't more find a man than Mr. Leonard and Mr. Williams, so thank you.
Next person is no longer with us, but his wife is here. Next person is Jerome K. Chisholm. He was originally hired in 1995 as the principal of the Escambia County Charter School. He retired in 2013, and we are indebted to him because he took care of some students that many people like myself, the high schools, sent him those students to so that their life might be able to be turned around, and he turned a lot of young people's lives around with his stern discipline and his sense of humor. He was a very funny man. To receive this award tonight is Dr. Vernon Daniel Award tonight. It's his wife, Barbara Chisholm.
He deserved.
Well deserved.
I appreciate it. Thank you. He loved what he did.
He did it. He did. He showed it every day.
So we can just get a picture.
Thank you. He's a very good public speaker.
On behalf of my family and my husband, thank you. He loved what he did. He always said that it was never work. So, thank you.
Well, last question, we've heard quite a bit concerning this person, outstanding educator. Originally was hired in 1986 as a teacher at Holmes Elementary, went on to be a teacher at Wise Elementary, principal at Lincoln Park Elementary, assistant principal at Myrtle Grove Elementary, retired in 2012. And that's none other than Carol P. McIntosh. Receiving her award tonight is her husband, Mr. McIntosh, Jerry McIntosh.
On behalf of my wife, I want to thank you again for the support. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mr. Superintendent, another
Yes, ma'am.
recognition?
Saw it here a little earlier. The Escambia County Public Schools has selected Casey McGee as the 2025 Escambia County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. Casey, please approach the podium with your family, co-workers, and friends. Ms. McGee has been an employee of the district since 2005, when she began as a 5th grade teacher at Scenic Heights Elementary. She stayed in that position until she transferred to Pine Meadow, where she still teaches today. Throughout her tenure, Ms. McGee's students consistently achieved learning gains and exceeded state-mandated benchmarks. Notably, in the 22-23 academic year, an impressive 90% of her students made learning gains in math, with an average rise from a level 2 to a level 3. Additionally, she has played a pivotal role at Pine Meadow as the math committee chair and actively contributes to the writing and language arts committees. 13 years ago, she initiated the Safety Patrol program for 5th grade students at Pine Meadow, which is still thriving to this day. Ms. McGee also serves as a coach for Pine Meadow's renowned math and Battle of the Books teams annually. We are honored to announce Casey McGee as the recipient of the Teacher of the Year Award. Her contributions to Escambia County Public Schools exemplify the dedication, adaptability, and innovation necessary for the preparation of our students' successful and meaningful futures. She is truly an invaluable asset to her students, her school, and the wider community. Ms. McGee will now move on to represent Escambia County Public Schools in the State Teacher of the Year competition. Casey, please come greet the board.
Superintendent Leonard and esteemed board, I appreciate this opportunity so much, and the opportunity to represent all of the outstanding teachers in Escambia County who every day put their effort and talents and heart into making sure that our students are successful academically is an amazing opportunity. I also want to take this chance to thank each of you for all that you put into the decisions you have to make in order to make sure that we are able to have that academic success with our students. So thank you again for all of that.
I'll probably have to visit Casey's class tomorrow so she can help me pronounce the word adaptability. You gotta laugh at yourself sometimes.
And finally,
is Jeremy doing this presentation or Stephanie Hammer? Stephanie, please come forward for our celebration of our PBIS schools. Thank you, Stephanie. Ma'am? Oh, I did that. Here we go. It is my honor to present to you the 2022-2023 PBIS MTSS Model School recipients. This year we have 4 schools that have met the requirements to become a PBIS model school. PBIS is the application of evidence-based strategies and systems to assist schools to increase academic performance, increase safety, decrease problem behavior, and establish positive school cultures. This process is a team-based approach that relies on a strong collaborative between families and professionals from a variety of disciplines regardless of the level implemented. Escambia County Public Schools operate under the guidance of both the Florida and national PBIS projects, which focuses on multi-tiered system of support. Escambia County schools have been recipients of PBIS model school status for 14 years. All model schools must demonstrate an overall effectiveness of Tier 1 behavioral data and use this data to develop a plan of action that ensures equitable behavioral outcomes for all students. Ms. Stephanie Hamrick, our district PBIS coach, will announce our PBIS models for the model schools for the 22-23 school year. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard, and it is my honor to present today the following schools to the superintendent and the school board for these awards that are presented based on last year's data. So we have the following schools have been awarded by the state of Florida. Ransom Middle School received a bronze level award, and here to accept that award tonight is Miss Laura Hill Phillips, assistant principal, and Miss Mary Bamberger, who is the PBIS coach. Angels Elementary School received the silver level award, and to accept that award tonight we have Miss Jane Murphy, principal, and Miss Vanessa Griffin, PBIS coach. Next we have Jim Bailey Middle School, and they are also receiving the silver level award. We have Mrs. Tara Palaciano, principal, and Mr. Cameron Peters, PBIS coach. And finally, we have Ernest Ward Middle School. They have received the gold level award, and to accept that award, we have Miss Tyvanna Bolanger, principal, and Miss Dawn Inman, assistant principal.
Please, will you come read the board?
Congratulations.
We'll get everybody up here after you. We'll get everybody in the middle and take a picture, okay? Congratulations. See you. See you. See you. Congratulations. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's get right here. We'll get the board in there with us.
We're going out. We'll turn. Thank you all. Thank you. Our board stay out here. Stay out.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next item is the Carol McIntosh Education Initiative Proclamation, and Ms. Payne will read through that portion.
Whereas the Carol McIntosh Education Initiative will address the lack of parental involvement in struggling elementary schools in District 3. Parents must become partners in education of their children. This plan includes the following components: mentoring, parental involvement, absenteeism, conflict resolution, and career education. And whereas research has shown that parental involvement makes a significant difference in children's educational performance. Parental involvement, this simple phrase, can determine the quality of a child's education, the quality of a school, and even the quality of life available in a community. When parents are involved, children do better in school, and schools become better places in which to learn. And whereas parents know firsthand how important it is to become involved in a child's education, however, parent partnerships, go beyond a personal level. The Carol McIntosh Education Initiative's primary goal is to develop parents as partners in education. This partnership involves community organizations, private sectors, law enforcement officials, churches, pastors, and congregations. And whereas the greatest single factor in the success of a student is the support of one's parent, higher grades and test scores, long-term academic achievement, positive attitudes and behaviors are just some of the potential benefits associated when parents become partners. And whereas when parents show an interest in their child's education and have high expectation for their performance, they are promoting attitudes that are key to achievement, attitudes that can be formed independently of social or other external circumstances. Parents want to be involved in their children's education, but they need help from educators and others within the community to help overcome barriers. And whereas the Carol McIntosh Education Initiative for District 3 will assist parents to become partners in their child's education, now therefore be it resolved that the School Board of Escambia County, Florida does hereby endorse the Carol McIntosh Education Initiative for District 3. Be it further resolved that a copy of this proclamation be spread upon the minutes of the regular meeting of said board, and that a copy be tendered to Mr. David Williams, School Board Member, District 3.
Please stand. We have to vote. We're going to do by hand. Okay. Those in favor, say, raise your right hand.
Passes 5-0.
Madam Chair, Superintendent board members, I'm filled with a deep sense of humility and joy to be associated with you today. I'm sure if Carol McIntosh were here today, I believe she would say, my living have not been in vain. Let me give. I do not know how long I live, but while I live, let me give. Let me give some comfort to someone in need by a kind word, a deed. Let me do whatever I can to ease things for my fellow man. Then and only then, I will know, too, that my living have not been in vain. Thank you for your support tonight.
School Board Chairman, School Board members, Superintendent Leonard. I'm here to thank each and every one of you for, on behalf of my wife, Carol McIntosh, for this initiative. It is so important for to be recognized for the work that she done over the years. So we come to thank you, especially Mr. David Williams. Thank you for presenting this initiative and working with us. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the person that spearheaded this for me, Ms. Celestine Lewis, who was just talking. You know, she said she talk loud and drive fast. So she took the bull by the horn and ran with it. And all of you who have supported us over the years, those who are here and those who are not tonight, they could not be here tonight, we want to thank them as well. We want to thank everyone again for allowing us to make this come to fruition. Thank you so much.
Our next resolution is for Career and Technical Education Month. Ms. Payne.
Whereas profound economic and technological changes require workers who are trained in skilled professions, and whereas career and technical education ensures that competitive and skilled workers are ready, willing, and capable of performing in high-wage, high-skilled, and in-demand career fields, and whereas the efforts of career and technical educators, business, and industry stimulate the growth and vitality of our local, state, and national economies by preparing graduates for careers that are forecast to experience the largest and fastest growth in the next decade. And whereas career and technical education provides students with a school-to-career connection, helping students experience practical and meaningful applications of a variety of skills, and whereas 71% of Escambia County School District middle school students and 68% of high school students are enrolled in a career academy, and whereas 676 students are enrolled in George Stone Technical College for adult education and career certificate programs. Now therefore be it resolved that the School Board of Escambia County, Florida does hereby observe the month of February 2024 as Career and Technical Education Month. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be spread upon the minutes of the regular meeting of said board, and that a copy be tendered to Mr. Stephen T. Harrell, Director, Workforce Education, adopted this 20th day of February 2024.
Do I have a motion?
So move the adoption.
Move the adoption, Mr. Slayton. Second, Mr. Petsko. Those in favor, please raise your right hand.
Passes 5-0.
Yes.
Come on.
promise I won't take too long, because you may want to start the timer. Try to get out of here in time. But it is a great honor to be a part of such a wonderful team. And if you look out across this room is filled up with students and teachers from our career and technical education programs throughout this district. And I just want to take just a minute to brag on a few of the highlights. $3.74 million is what these teachers and students brought in last year just in CAPE industry certification funding alone. When you're doing some math on that, it's a record, and we are on track this year to set another record. So it's constant growth from this group. It's absolutely amazing what they do every day to serve our students. There are teachers out here who are getting ready to go to national competitions all over the state, all over the country. We have teachers in our group who are going to national conventions to build new industry certifications in areas where we haven't had them before. 4 of our teachers went to Phoenix, Arizona this year for the Association of Career and Technical Educators to build a new criminal justice certification. And so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that hard work comes to fruition. We get a new certification there. There are efforts that these teachers are making that you don't even see because they don't come into these numbers for our industry certifications that count for CAPE. We're doing Florida Ready to Work out there. That is a program sponsored by the Department of Economic Opportunity that gives young people a chance to build the soft skills that all of our industry partners are telling us that they want us to build with those students. Don't just give them the technical skills, give them the soft skills as well. And to tell you some numbers, Northview High School earned 431 of them already. And West Florida High School, 3,028. Yeah, let that sink in a minute. I know that you give us the opportunity every month to come and show off another one of our groups, and you saw our Northview High School culinary program, what a great job they do, and they brought us cookies again. And the crowd, please go enjoy some of those. You've seen the gifts that some of our students brought you. Mr. Bussey did a training session on the CNC router with some students at Pensacola High School to make those for you. That is just a small sample of what our kids can do. If you're looking for someone to hire for your workplace out there, come and see us in Escambia County, because our career and technical education teachers at the middle school, the high school, and the post-secondary level at George Stone are doing great things and getting ready for the workforce. So thank you for a chance to share the great things. I should add one more thing. The FFA week resolution, I would love for one of our great FFA educators to receive that one instead of me. Mr. Austin Corson will be receiving that one, if it's okay with you.
That'll be fine. Thank you. Next resolution is National Observance of the National FFA Week, which is actually this week. So, Ms. Payne.
Whereas the National FFA Organization, formerly known as Future Farmers of America, is an organization of more than 950,000 students studying agriculture. And whereas the National FFA Organization is dedicated to making a positive difference in the lives of young people by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education at the local, state, and national level. And whereas nationally, more than 75% of FFA members enroll in a 2-year or 4-year program of higher education following graduation from high school in preparation for one of more than 300 career opportunities in agriculture, which include more than 8,000 job titles. And whereas Florida agriculture represents $270 billion industry, a $270 billion industry within the state of Florida, and serves as an economic engine for the state economy while generating 2.5 million jobs in Florida, which is 19.8% of Florida jobs. And whereas the FFA motto, learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve, epitomizes those high standards and qualities of leadership possessed by FFA members. And whereas the Escambia County FFA and the agri-science education programs in the Escambia County School District are tremendously successful and extremely valuable in improving the quality of life for Escambia County citizens. And whereas the Escambia County FFA programs are launching the observance of National FFA Week, February 17th through 24th, 2024. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the members of the Escambia County School Board by this resolution recognize and commend Escambia County FFA organization members, their advisors, school administrators, parents, and all who support, promote, and encourage these students of agricultural education on the occasion of this observance of National FFA Week, February 17th through the 24th, 2024. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be spread upon the minutes of the regular meeting of said board, and that a copy be tendered to Mr. Stephen T. Harrell, Director of Workforce Education. Adopted this 20th day of February 2024, with Mr. Austin Corson coming up.
Okay. Okay, those in favor, please raise your right hand.
Approved 5-0.
Okay, now.
Feel like I'm at home. We would also like for all of our students that are present tonight to come up with your teachers and advisors. We'll get Mr. Corson.
Some of y'all can kneel down. Front line.
Make sure you can see the camera.
Still kneel down. Come on. Make her
Sit in the middle of the
kneel down. Stand right here. All right. Probably a good one.
Okay. All right. We want to say thank you on behalf of the agriculture educators here in Escambia County for us to be able to recognize our close to 2,000 FFA members and agriculture education students in classrooms in 7 schools across our district. Over the last year, FFA members in the Escambia County Public School System has packaged 55,000 meals for the community that's been delivered to Feeding the Gulf Coast to help in our community. FFA members partnered with local organizations to make arrangements for widows in our community during Valentine's. Our FFA members host the largest Fresh from Florida campaign for elementary students in the state of Florida. Our communities support through the Northview FFA alumni earned us the top quality alumni affiliate in the nation. Every day in classrooms across our district, as professional educators, we believe as FFA advisors that we are focusing on growing the future leaders of our community, building a community that is stronger for tomorrow, and strengthening the future of American agriculture. Every day, we are building the workforce that will take the ranks of 38,000 jobs in Escambia County that are either directly or indirectly employed in the field of agriculture. We want to say thank you for your continued support, dedication, and commitment to our programs in this county.
Thank you. And all the students. It's always wonderful to recognize and celebrate. That's the best part of this job. At this point, we will begin our public forum. They may leave, but I know they're all in parliamentary procedure stuff. They want to watch and see how much they can improve us. But I'll go ahead and read. Most everybody in here knows the rules about public forum. To give the members of the public the opportunity to address the school board on any matter regarding